Saving money is often treated as something optional, something you only think about when everything else is already solved. But in reality, it is one of the most important financial habits a person can develop, even when life feels busy, uncertain, or financially tight. Many people believe that saving money is only possible for those who earn more, but this belief quietly ignores the fact that saving is not about income alone, but about priorities, behavior, and the repetition of small decisions that shape your financial life over time. If saving money feels impossible right now, it does not mean that you lack discipline or intelligence, but rather that daily pressures constantly push you to focus on what feels urgent instead of what is truly important for your long-term stability. Most financial stress does not come from rare disasters, but from predictable situations that happen to almost everyone, such as unexpected expenses or temporary income changes that feel overwhelming when there is no financial buffer prepared in advance. Saving money is not about restricting yourself or living a miserable life, but about creating breathing room, allowing you to face challenges without panic and make decisions without the constant pressure of fear. When you do not save, every unexpected expense feels like a threat, and even small financial disruptions can create emotional stress that affects your sleep, your focus, and your ability to think clearly and calmly. Many people live in a constant reactive cycle where money problems are addressed only after they appear, instead of being anticipated with a simple habit that quietly works in the background to reduce stress. Saving money changes how you experience everyday life because it lowers anxiety, increases confidence, and gives you a sense of control over situations that would otherwise feel overwhelming or destabilizing. Without savings, financial decisions are often rushed and emotional, which usually leads to choices that solve short-term problems while creating long-term difficulties that are harder to escape. Saving money is not about perfection or large amounts, but about consistency, even when progress feels slow and the results are not immediately visible in your daily routine. What matters most is not how much you save at once, but whether saving becomes part of your identity, something you do automatically without having to debate with yourself every month. Many people delay saving because they believe there will be a better moment later, but that moment rarely arrives because life always finds a way to absorb whatever money is available. The habit of saving works best when it is treated as a priority rather than something that happens only if there is money left at the end of the month. When saving is optional, it is usually postponed. But when it is intentional, it becomes a form of self-respect and long-term responsibility toward your future self. Saving money creates a psychological shift because you stop seeing yourself as someone who is always catching up and start seeing yourself as someone who is preparing ahead. This shift changes how you approach spending, work, and even personal goals, because your decisions are no longer driven by the fear of running out. One common mistake is believing that saving money is only about discipline, when in reality it is more about structure, planning, and removing unnecessary emotional friction. When saving is planned or automated, it becomes easier to maintain because it no longer depends on motivation, which naturally comes and goes. Motivation is unreliable, but habits supported by structure tend to survive even during stressful or uncertain periods. Saving money also gives you time, and time is one of the most valuable resources in any financial situation, especially when unexpected challenges appear. With savings, you gain the ability to pause, reflect, and choose carefully instead of reacting immediately under pressure or fear. This pause often makes the difference between a temporary inconvenience and a financial problem that lasts much longer than necessary. Many people underestimate how powerful it feels to know that you can handle setbacks without immediately worrying about consequences or feeling trapped. That sense of security does not come from income alone, but from preparation and intentional financial behavior. Even people who earn well can feel financially fragile if they do not save, while others with modest income may feel surprisingly stable because they planned ahead. Saving money is not about comparing yourself to others, but about reducing vulnerability in your own life and increasing your sense of stability. It allows you to make decisions based on values instead of urgency, which is something many people never experience. Without savings, every decision feels constrained because there is no margin for error or flexibility. With savings, you regain flexibility, which often matters more than financial returns or short-term gains. Saving money also improves your relationship with money because it reduces guilt, shame, and constant self-criticism related to spending decisions. Instead of feeling behind or inadequate, you begin to feel capable and prepared, even if your progress remains slow. This emotional shift is one of the most overlooked benefits of saving, yet it has a deep impact on mental well-being and confidence. Saving money encourages patience and long-term thinking in a world that constantly rewards immediacy and instant gratification. It reminds you that not every desire must be satisfied immediately, and that meaningful goals often require time and consistency. This mindset frequently extends beyond finances and improves other areas of life as well. The importance of saving money becomes even clearer when you recognize how unpredictable life can be, even during stable periods. Unexpected changes rarely wait for perfect timing, and without preparation, they often arrive with unnecessary stress. Saving is not about expecting the worst, but about respecting reality as it is and preparing calmly for it. It is a quiet form of responsibility that rarely feels exciting but consistently proves its value over time. Many people regret not saving earlier, not because they missed opportunities, but because they underestimated how much peace of mind it could bring. The absence of savings often amplifies problems, while the presence of savings softens their impact significantly. This difference changes how you experience challenges, setbacks, and even opportunities. Saving money is also a form of freedom because it reduces dependence on rushed decisions and external solutions. It allows you to say no when necessary and yes when it truly matters. This freedom is not about luxury, but about choice and control. Even small savings create momentum, reinforcing the belief that stability can be built gradually. That belief strengthens commitment and makes the habit easier to maintain over time. Eventually, saving stops feeling like effort and starts feeling natural. You stop asking whether you should save and begin assuming that saving is simply part of how you live. This transition is subtle but powerful and transformative. Saving money does not solve every problem, but it prevents many problems from turning into crises. It creates distance between stress and decision, which is one of the healthiest financial positions a person can have. The importance of saving money lies not in the numbers, but in the protection it quietly provides. It gives you space to breathe, time to think, and confidence to move forward with less fear. If this reflection helped you see saving money differently, consider staying for more content like this. Small insights, applied consistently, can quietly change how you experience your financial life.